a good thing. It's a very good thing. How's the sound? Looks like I'm doing great there. Movie sound, got sound effects sound. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see if I can find myself here. Boom. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, wow, don't I look good? All right. We're going to rock it tonight. Sound is off there. Absolutely perfect. The only real question is, let's go like that. Yes, yes, yes. I know. It's going to really screw up the Supreme Court. Who nominates? I wonder what it. So, with this combination, they were able. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, all. There are 6 of you out there. Somebody make a comment, would you? My wife just came down, told me that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. I knew that, but it's just very sad. Okay, there's a comment there. Why am I not? Well, we'll just have to go with what we got. Aha! Hello, Robert. David Day is alive now. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh. Yeah. This is what happens when you crash your finger in a door. Hey, me. Hello, Julie Brewer. Oh, I popped out. Fascinating. Well, that's good. Now back to 2. Back to 5. People are coming and going. Fascinating. Okay, I gotta stay over here to stay in focus. Sound good? All good? Life good? Got a good show tonight. Oh, look at that hair. I will absolutely tell Belinda hello for you, Julie Brewer. Hello, Annabelle. How are you? I hear you you did well with William in court today, and your chief competitor in Boise has filed for bankruptcy. Things are pretty good for Annabelle Lopez, aren't they? Well, Julie, just tell Ziggy hello yourself. He'll probably be on. If not, he's coming to town in a bit, so that'll be fun. Or I should figure out a way to do a grouping get together at 10th Street or something. I'm gonna have to think about that. Occurs to me I need a calendar. You can't see that, can you? All right, 18 seconds. All is good. No pick. I got a pick over here. Oh, well. Yeah, see? Julie, tell Ziggy hello. We'll even it up. Boom. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, Facebook and all the world. David Arte here. So, it's probably going to end up being a disaster because I've been working on it all afternoon. I narrowed down some of the tech. I've added the microphone. All is well. I have a really fun show tonight. It's going to be hard, though. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. If you haven't heard, that should make things more interesting over the next 5 or 6 weeks. Should be kind of fun. It's some ways if you're a political wonk. So I call this all in a day's work, and fortunately, I don't always have stuff to talk about, but tonight I got lots. Tonight I'm going to talk about a little bit about the smoke, but I'm going to talk about a quick trip I took to Eastern Idaho. I'm going to show you some video. I've got some really pretty pictures. I'm going to show you a place called Pickles, and it's going to be interesting. So what do you say? Shall we get it started? I am David R. Day. I call these all in a day's life. So I got a chance to go with for my work, my regular work now. It's what I do a lot now. I work for Western Trailers as a subcontractor, and they send me to places very interesting. I've been to Utah. I've been to Butte, Montana. Generally in the West. In fact, all in the West so far. We're working on an East Coast trip, but so far it's just been local. And what I do for them is I take photographs of their amazing trailers. And the best way to do that is to find them in location, someplace where they're working. So I'm going to show you a really quick video. It's less than a minute of a Western trailer loading flaxseed. Maybe. It did not play. So let's see if I can find it. Here we go. We're going to try it this way. Dun, dun, dun. So what big red machine here? This is down the road, you can see it. Open it. Yeah, sorry, it's showing over here that I'm working, that I'm making noise. Hopefully, oh, you know what? You can't hear me. Well, I'll shut up then. So there it is. Sorry about the sound. I'll have to work that out, won't I? Apparently, if the sound of the movie is up, I didn't mute it, so if the sound of the movie is up, you can't hear me. I'll go over really quickly what's going on. That is a Western trailer double hopper. I call them an express. They're specially built to move agricultural products mostly, although they do move bark, sometimes move like basalt rock, but if you noticed underneath, there's a location where they just dump them out. So they drive them in and dump them out. So that's what I was doing. So I spent all of Thursday. I went to 3 different places. I went all over. That's in Marysville, which is very close to Ashton. Every time I go to Ashton or think about Ashton, I miss my good friend William Herrigfeld of the Herrigfeld seed potato family. I wish he was around. So there you go. He's such a good time. I really enjoyed going out there. I like being out in the fields. Outstanding, as they speak. I got to shoot a transom, a double 129. Don't want to go into a lot of the gory nuts and bolts, but it's a good job. I get to go out and take pictures. So I woke up in Rexburg. Couldn't sleep very well because I don't sleep all that well in hotel rooms. How about you guys? Do you sleep well when you go out to hotels? Man, just something I do not do. Really difficult for me. So I woke up and I'm thinking it's really smoky. So there was no, usually when you drive into the Teton Valley, into Ashton, and from about almost not too far above Idaho Falls, you get a chance to see the Tetons in the background. I could barely see across the freeway. It was so smoky, maybe even as smoky as here. So, but I woke up in Rexburg and I thought to myself, well, you know what? I'm only an hour and 20 minutes from Driggs. I'm going to see if maybe I can catch the sunrise. And guess what? I was able to do that. Look at that. So this is a painterly image. If you'll notice there, you can see what they call the Grand Teton. Usually when you see this photograph, it is reversed. And the reason it is reversed is because there's a lot more people on the Jackson Hole side than what those of us on this part of the world call the quiet side. Quiet side is the western side of the absolutely beautiful Teton Range. It is one of my most favorite places in the world to be. I generally stay in Idaho, so for this trip I thought I'm going to go up towards Grand Targhee because I still have a little trouble seeing the seeing the mountains because I couldn't get close enough to them. And I come up into Grand Targhee National Forest. I swing around this corner, and this is the vista that awaited me. I decided to run it through my paint program to give you a better sense, give you some feel. But now I want to show you a pair of photographs from you'll notice, this is the same, not actually, these are two different locations. One of the great thing about the sunset is if you can continue to keep lower, you can keep catching individual sunsets over and over and over and over again. So I want to ask an opinion. What do you think of these two? And do you have a preference? Do you like the darker one, the one with the redder sky, the more intense difference between the orange yellow of the sun and as it moves out into the red? Do you like that one better with these little bits of color in the foreground where the sun's just barely peeking through? Or do you prefer the second one, the image to your, let's see, that would be to your right, that has much more of the details, more of the foreground, more of the depth of the mountains as they step back? You actually get a little bit more definition of the Teton. I personally, I do have a preference, but I don't know which one I like the best. Actually, I do know which one, but I don't know which one I should print. I think either one of these would look really, really good as a metal print. They also, because they're got such heavy black, such heavy blacks, I'm thinking they might look very, very, very strong on canvas. So two of my friends who are both good photographers and artists in their own right, my friend Cindy and my friend Robert. Let's see if I can do this here. Boom. Come on, come on. There we go. Cindy prefers the one on the right, and she does it because she likes the more authentic color. Actually, Cindy, the true color was closer to the red than the yellow. It was really smoky. Again, you look at Robert, he has the same thought that he likes the one on the right. You can vote, if you would like, for the previous one, but there didn't really show up if I put all three of them. So what do you think, my friends? I really, really, really like those images. Oh, look at that. So we're 3-0 for the one on the right. This is often the case. One of the reasons why I put up comparisons like this is I have a feeling that maybe my personal belief is that I do not necessarily have the best idea for photography that people want. It's usually much easier for me to help decide what images to print if I get some opinion. So I greatly appreciate that. All right. So we'll stop that. Well, let me look at that. Every time I go over to that screen, it brings it up. Don't want to do that. Zig has made a post here about anybody who wants to meet. I don't, Zig, my art tour doesn't actually start on Thursday. My art tour isn't till Friday, so I had my dates wrong. I may do a private show, which of course you would all be invited to anyway, but I haven't got all of that worked out. So the amazing Ziggy Z is going to be in town. Won't that be fun? I'm afraid that I might just have to get a little bit more towards the fun side while Zig's here. So when I went out, after I got up in the morning, and this is not easy here, folks. All of these little buttons that I have to push confuse the crap out of me. But I do have a good camera. I do have the screen, so I'm making some progress. knock on wood, so far, no real bad, tragic train wrecks. Sound was a little bit of a problem, but not much I can do about that. So I get up in the morning. After I do all these, I go out, I find these chutes, I find myself in Victor, got some coffee, time to go home. I go home and I decide to go the long way. What I think of as the long way. There's 3 or 4 different ways you can get to Eastern Idaho. I decided to take the Swan Valley Road, and it's wonderful. But if you go down the Swan Valley Road and you cut across and you go by the INEL, you go to a place called Pickles. Pickles Place. Now, Robert Riddle and I have eaten there with a friend named Dan Motez. He's kind of fun. But this is Pickles Place. And it's just one of those little diners that you find on the side of the road. I'm not even sure why I ate there the first time, but it's really fun. I had a ham and cheese and tomato sandwich. I think it was $8 and a Coke. I know I got out of there with a tip for like $11. You can eat cost effectively. I will have to warn you, there was not a lot of COVID responsibility. There was not a lot of COVID responsibility anywhere I went, unless they were a food service worker in Ashton. There was a full buffet at the breakfast, not even so much as a hand sanitizer. I'm a little worried about the rural parts of the country. I suspect they're going to see some increased COVID activity, but neither here nor there. Most of the customers at Pickles Place were masked up. So if you're really worried about that sort of thing, it may very well be that you might want to go in Arco. I don't think you even have so much as a drive-in option. So your options are limited. You might want to pack a banana. So what do you think of Pickles Place? Any of you eaten there? Other than Robert? I know Robert's eaten there. It's kind of fun. Cindy says she has a new aunt back and she needs to go. Cindy, let me, you and I talk. I got all sorts of places you can go. There's also a book called Idaho Scenic Drives by Linda Lancey in cooperation with my friend Sherry Hart. It's really good. There's some very interesting stuff, but I've been traveling the back roads of Idaho for literally my whole life, and I still find places. This place farther up the road, just up towards Wyoming, I don't think I've been there since I skied in Targhee in the 80s, so it was just wonderful. I really had a great time just wandering around. My only regret, I didn't take somebody with me like Robert, so it's fantastic. So the last thing I want to do is, on Tuesday I talked about my friend Nancy McIntosh, who's been on this program quite a bit. She's a good friend. Her house burnt down in I believe she lives in Phoenix, Oregon. It's really sad. She lost everything, but she's the sort of woman who, she's not going to ask for help. She's not going to, she's just not that. But one of the things that happened is she lost her entire CD collection. I have a few CDs, like about a bazillion, from when I worked at the radio station. I'm going to burn some off. I'm going to find some duplicates. I'm going to find some stuff that I don't need, and I'm going to send them to her. I have an opportunity to do that. Here's her address. Maybe. Here we go. Boom. Here's her address. So if you have an opportunity to send, well, look at that. And the system audio is muted, so you can't hear me. Hang on, folks. All right. I can't have a little trouble. Here is Nancy's information. And I want to dedicate this show, what's happened to the end of here, to a good friend of mine who we lost. I'm not sure when we lost him, but Russ Martin. I have lots of photographs of Russ. For some reason, I could not find one. He's hiding from me, which is very Russ-like to do. He's a great man, and I will miss him greatly. So if you like what I do here on this crazy program, subscribe, notify. You can see my work at the Bosco Show coming up the first weekend in October. My work is still up, and I have some work at Office Evolution. Please, my friends, I'm tired of losing the people around me. So glad Nancy's safe. If you have a chance, please. Okay. It should go back around here, guys. Well, hopefully it'll turn around. Can't hear me still? No, you should be able to hear me now. I think you can hear me. I think that's an old message. So my question. So I hope you can hear me because I'm trying to. Russ passed yesterday, my friend Ziggy says. So my sound must be bad. So anyway, please take care of yourself. Please. It's day by day. Call these a day. No, that's not what we call these. We call these all in a day's work. I appreciate you all. I'll see you Tuesday.